Welcome to Go Fund Yourself. Watch up-and-coming entrepreneurs step into the spotlight to pitch their businesses to you. This is interactive TV. Like what you see? Scan the on-screen QR code with your mobile device and invest in these businesses in real time.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Another round.
You decide whether to help these entrepreneurs' dreams come true
I got to get me some of that.
or tell them to go fund yourself.
I'm in. You had me at Latino.
I think there's a real opportunity there.
Meet the Titans. Ready to ask the questions you, the investors, want answered.
How do you make money?
Creator of Go Fund Yourself, Rory Kataya.
It makes sense to crowdfund something like this and get in now.
Jason Waller.
Can't tell you what to do, but this is a lottery ticket.
David Meltzer.
Things will go viral very quickly.
This isn't just entertainment.
Because there is a huge opportunity.
With the money that you raise, what will you do with it?
That's massive.
Ooh, I like that.
And now, it's time to go fund yourself. Joining our panel today are guest Titans Ted Haberfield, President and Chairman at investor relations firm MZ Digital, as well as designer, artist, and entrepreneur Helen Collin. And here to present his plan to democratize real estate investing is Mike Batanti.
Traditional real estate needs more accessibility. With the use of blockchain technology and fractionalization, we've been able to create a possibility where high-level real estate deals come to the table and the retail investor comes to the table and everyone gets to participate. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Mike Batanti. I'm the founder and CEO of GetLiquid.io, or what we refer to as Liquid. We are a pre-launch investment platform based out of Washington, D.C., and the goal is to democratize real estate investing with the use of blockchain technology and digital assets. When we looked at the problems that we were trying to solve, it was twofold. On the blockchain crypto side, you had all this community and all this excitement and this money flow. You didn't have stability, you didn't have consistency, you didn't have accountability, and they lost trust. And that's an important piece of the investor process. On the real estate side, you have the stability, you have the consistency, but you also have a massive barrier to entry. And you have this conversation of lockup periods and illiquidity. If I'm locked in a REIT and the tax to get out of that if I need to pull that money. What blockchain technology has offered us is efficiency to float in and out of investments. What it's missing is the connection to proven existing business models. That's what we created at GetLiquid.io. Because we're using blockchain technology, your abilities to float in and out of active deals and get a hold of your liquidity, it's that much more effective and that much more capable if you were to need to pull out of the deal. And so being able to access that liquidity, that's where the name comes from. One of the main things that separates us as a business from every other competitor is I like to think that we didn't take the easy route. If the goal is accessibility, then you don't just get to slap accredited investor only on it, and that's your compliance model. And I feel like that's what everyone else in our space has done. They said, we're just gonna keep it simple and we're gonna go accredited investor only. But what about the person that's longing to get positioned in real estate? What about that person? And so what we did was we figured out, how do we let the retail investor participate in this real estate deal flow? Not only that, how do we scale that to the global market and let the global retail investor participate in that deal flow? So I would say the main separator is our attention to compliance to allow for the retail investor. The second thing is what we're focused on. And this is where I think that we have everyone beat. I've heard for the past 5 years, the tokenization of real estate, the fractionalization of real world assets. I don't know what that means. And more importantly, I don't know if the current investor market wants that. If I'm somebody who's wheeling and dealing with a couple $100, a couple $1,000, I don't really want to fractionally own a piece of real estate and hope it appreciates and hope there's liquidity for me. So what we did was we tested a bunch of verticals of real estate, and I figured out if our goal is to create trust and transparency, who's the most secure in the deal, who gets paid first, who has consistent margins? It's the lender. It's always the hard money lender. And I tested a couple verticals and I saw that that's what we need to be fractionalizing. So what separates us is we are not fractionalizing real estate. We're fractionalizing the lending process.
I love it. I think that's a great idea.
And from a crowdfunding standpoint, we're allowing the little guy to mass syndicate and come to the table under our SEC compliant umbrella and participate in real world real estate deal flow. Our business itself, we did 4.8 million in transactional volume, and we brought in about 320, and that wasn't the build. We were just testing verticals of real estate. But now it's time to really take flight. In Q1 of 2026, we launch our liquid real estate token. The first $500,000 is we put a huge multiplier on it. And I'm very confident that with that $500,000, we roll out a global marketing campaign. We secure sponsorship and speaking events at major crypto events. And then you use part of that to stabilize the charts. And we start with the tier 3, we start with the tier 2 exchanges. We have some liquidity to stabilize the charts. And we go rave about this token that's driving real world utility and giving the little guy the chance to access institutional grade real estate opportunities at this table from an SEC compliance standpoint.
Tell us about your background and your team.
My background was in social media marketing in college, growing Instagram pages in 2010. Got exposed to high ticket sales and e-commerce and internet marketing, and that's how I came across crypto in 2014. While I was traveling during COVID, I was down in Cabo San Lucas, and that's where I really started to see the NFT community and the blockchain community. Not the guys who were talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana, but the people that were talking about OpenSea before OpenSea was even live, and talking about NFT technology and how ownership can be digitized and then easily transferred, right? I think that there's this hype around crypto, but the underlying technology is still wildly incredible. And when you pair that with SEC compliance, and give people the opportunity to float out of assets the way that they float in and out of companies, that becomes something powerful.
How are you going to get on the exchanges?
Connections. Yep. Through my walk, I've been able to build some pretty strong connections. And my big one is Coinbase. We are in conversation. They want to see more traction, right? They're like, hey, we love your idea. Go make it happen, kid. And then we'll take you on. But I'm confident we are built on Base. We are aligned with their marketing. Our compliance is there. I like to think that out of all the things that you hear on a daily basis, this is one of the ones that flickers above the surface.
I think so. I absolutely think so. What do you think, Dave?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, how did I not see that part of business? I mean, I'm a huge real estate person from the time I got my law degree, realized that our government protects landowners and every law protects landowners. So how do I protect the landowner with tokenization and blockchain Web3? And you figured it out. There's a lot of things that will happen between now and then, but I like the democratization of the access you give to somebody about, here's a real $100 investment that is going to make a return, and you're not going to lose your money. So it's the basics of business, and you just took the time to figure it out, and I commend you for that. And I'm very interested in it.
I appreciate it.
I have a question as the layman here. How do you go about attracting the smaller investor? What do you do to actually get people on board? Tell me like how someone...
Can I respond to that?
Please.
There's so many people out there, young people, that are holding crypto, and they're accumulating, and some are trying to figure out how to stake and earn a return on it. But they all want to know, well, what else can I do with it to generate a return? And you just came up with the perfect answer for them.
Right.
Is that how you would answer that question?
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking on that workload for
excellent.
me.
Yeah.
I think there's older people like me that are curious and want to throw $1,000 to $10,000 in, and they have traditional business, and if it's not traditional, they can't get a hold of it. So they're tired of XRP going to 10,000, which they know is mathematically impossible, right? And literally, when someone says, "What about being the lender and throwing $1,000 at this just to try it out?"
Do you have any competition out there that does something like this?
Yeah. There's a bunch of companies out there, Realty. I like Lofty AI, but they are just doing a different strategy. Yeah. And I was on board with that strategy of I got to figure out how to accumulate properties so that I can fractionalize them so that I can no. What I need to figure out is a term that I'm bringing to market, HFL. It floats, but not in Web3, which is high frequency lending. I got to get eyes on these.
I love that. That's a great
these
term.
24-hour, 3-month, 6-month fix and flip loans. You ever heard of a double close loan?
Yeah.
I think that this is primed for double close loan, where it's 24 hours in escrow, 1 to 3%, bang, bang, protected, it's safe, it's secure. They get to provide the liquidity. We are the middleman. Thanks for participating.
I absolutely love it. I love your energy. I love your passion. I love your intelligence.
Patience.
I love your transparency. What are the minimums to participate?
I think it should be open to everyone. Like, you got $1, we can accept $1.
Open to everyone.
Open to everyone.
Anyone.
Open to everyone. Anytime I see minimums, I see restrictions. I don't want any restrictions. I want the person who just has $1 to be able to feel what it feels like to be an investor, because that feeling can be the spark that changes their whole thing around.
How much are you trying to raise?
500 grand.
That's it?
That's it.
You don't want more?
You don't want more?
I don't think it's that I don't want more. I think it's that I don't need more.
I say we give it the big red button, the BAM. You ready?
Absolutely.
1, 2, 3, BAM!
There you go, bud. Congratulations.
Great job, man.
I'm really happy with what took place out there. My favorite feedback from the Titans, and I think it was a moment where David acknowledged that he is existing in the space and didn't see this pathway.
Great job. I want to talk about the marketing. I got a friend of mine in the UK that does something like this. I want to introduce you to.
Sign me up. And he kind of had a moment where he was like, I can't believe I didn't think of this. That got me really excited. And I think that I'm totally in a moment of, I think that everything just changed for Get Liquid.
What he's doing and his angle on it, his take on it is amazing.
Yeah.
This is going to do really, really well. I'm really glad that we're in this, and I think we want to go in even more. Well, Jace, what do you think?
I 1,000% agree with you. He was amazing. His idea is amazing. Like Ted said, you want to be on the lending side. Nobody really does that. I've got a buddy of mine that I'm going to introduce him to that has been playing in this space in the UK and does very, very well, but I don't even think he's doing the lending side.
Listen, I'm in. This guy makes me feel like he just took 12 years of my life that I don't have to spend and go right alongside him, because he's been through all the trial and errors. He's figured it out, and I think he's spot on this one, and I would love to come in on this round.
Awesome, guys. Thanks.
Good.
I think it's a good idea. I do think it's nice to allow the common man into real estate.
I think Liquid is probably one of the best, real estate programs that you could probably invest in, honestly, because the world is going in a crypto, technological wave right now. So hit up my boy Liquid, they're gonna get you right, for sure.
Don't forget to scan the QR code.
Scan that QR code.
Go fund yourself.
Go fund yourself.
Contributing their expertise to this next presentation are actress, influencer, and former model Karina Cohen, as well as author, speaker, and entrepreneur Chelsea Hewsome. And coming to the stage now is Lee Brett, who's here to introduce his company, Ambigram.
My company changes the way people look at words. Hopefully people get to see the wow factor of what this is and the potential what it could have, and hopefully people can get on board with me.
All right, baby.
Hey Titans, how are you?
Hello.
My name's Lee Brett. I'm a world-famous pool instructor and pool player. I'm the coach for one of the big pool leagues in the world, the APA, and I work with Jeanette Lee, the Black Widow. A few years ago, I came up with my brand Ambigram. An ambigram is a word that spells something one way, and if you flip it round or look in the mirror, it can spell something else. Kobe. Now it says icon.
Oh, that's nice.
So we have Boston, and then it'll say Red Sox. It's the actual same word. We have Dave, and we made you a Dave cup for both ways.
Thank you.
I created this brand many years ago, and we have all the different sports industries. I have Messi, I have Ronaldo, I have Florida, I have the Yankees, I have the Red Sox. We have all these names.
Oh, I'm sorry, when you say you have these names, you're licensing them?
We're in talks with these people. I'm looking to get the investment money to obviously try and license the brand. All of the designs I have are all copywritten, all trademarked. I've built a full database of all the letters, and I'm building this out for IP to protect it. Because anybody can make an Ambigram, they can't use the name or they can't use my letters or my words that I've created, so I'm trying to protect myself the best I could.
And what are the prices for a t-shirt like that?
The t-shirt like this, probably around the average price, $30 to $40. These are like premium quality. This is a USA design, it'll say USA, and then it'll flip USA both ways.
It's cool.
The Kobe one actually does it in the mirror. It gives a mirrored effect that says icon in the mirror.
I would like to ask you a question.
Yes.
Let's say that tomorrow I want to remarry my amazing husband. Would you be able to use my name and reflect my husband's name?
If we have the right letters, yes. So how many letters is your name?
Karina, and
Okay.
then David.
So if there's within 1 or 2 letters, we can do it.
You can do it?
Yes.
So you can actually make it with any name that I would like to?
More or less, yeah.
Can AI do that?
So that's what I'm trying to build, you see. So this database that I've been building over the years, I started trying to program it to ChatGPT to see if I can actually build a generator.
That's cool.
And then train it to get better and better. So eventually we could just type it in, build a website that like yourself could go on, you want to create something unique, and then we can do custom items for people as well.
I love the idea of this customization in all different aspects. I think that's the big play.
Yeah.
And I love the LLM model of a learning mechanism. I think AI will be able to do that, no doubt. How do you build a business around that business? Because if not, it's just a very difficult apparel business.
Yeah, in the sports
but
industry.
if you have this engine, I can see a website of ambergam.com,
I totally
and then I'm
subscribe
getting
to that.
married, or like you, I'm totally whipped over my spouse, and I would love to have a David turn into Julie. And
the back says whipped.
Whipped.
Julian Whip.
Whipped by Julie.
That might work, actually.
Do you foresee that being the ultimate business model?
It was actually one of your production team that said to me, wow, you can actually go into these other industries. It was a friend over here, Sal. And it just lit my eyes, because I'm trying to focus on one industry to start with, because there's so much for me to do. And like the wedding industry, like it creates these emotional moments that couples and sports fans want, because it's one of a kind. The wedding industry is, I think it was $220 billion expected by 2030. The sports industry is $300 billion, sports licensing $50 billion, greetings cards there $20 billion. I mean, it's like a $550 billion market that we can go into. It's like unlike anyone's ever seen before. It just needs the right people to help me build out the AI side of the custom side, and then use, say, some of this type of stuff to get the publicity and the growth through the social media.
Have you talked to an AI engineer?
No, not. I've been actually just programming myself, trying to learn to do everything.
That's your next step.
Yeah.
It's very inexpensive. There's tons of we have some in our network.
Sure. How much are you raising?
500,000 to start with now.
What does that do for you?
That will help me build out, obviously, the AI side of it, so we can create these generators that will work. I already have the website that's built. I've done all that myself over the last 2 years or so. And then it was basically to go and get some licenses, because they can be expensive depending on which the product's for. And then basically just go on social media, launch that way through social media for obviously advertising and marketing.
You know, I'm just curious about the licensing, for example, on the Mexico and Canelo. I don't know that you necessarily need a license. I mean, it's not an image, right?
True, yeah.
The name, you can't trademark your name unless it's something that's
Only
truly
in the
unique.
style and font, and he's not using the style and font.
Exactly right. So I don't know that you even need the license.
He wanted a lot of money, to be honest.
I'm sure he does, but I think the 2 biggest things that we could do is introduce him to an AI architect.
Absolutely.
And then 2, just IP, because I think the IP is if you build the AI, you can protect the AI that does this type of conversion.
I see, yeah.
And now you have valuable IP, and you have a great business because people can just type in words and it figures it out.
And then you could go in and kind of choose these different fonts,
Yes.
right? And yeah, I love that.
Do you think about expanding the company more than just like focusing on sport, maybe like kids and other things that you're thinking of?
So originally in my business plan, I said like you could have kids' names on their bedding and their curtains and any products that you want to sell.
That's a great idea.
Because words are like everywhere.
Kids
we
loving
need the
it.
language for everything. I'm trying to change the way we look at words. Like words will never be looked at the same. Every time I see a word now, I'm looking at it thinking, what can I make out of that word? The possibilities are absolutely endless. I've got it as far as I can do it. It's basically I need someone to hold my hand and help me.
I love your idea.
It's very good.
Yeah, it is.
Well, let's see if we can make some introductions and get you going.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Good job, man.
Good job.
Thank you, guys. I think it's opened my eyes a little bit. I suppose, like, the power of what I can do. Nice to meet you. Great to meet you, Jason. Thank you, buddy. Probably used as a tool then to actually create so much more than just Kobe and these other designs and sports stars and teams. That there's so much more to it. I've been a winner all my life, and hopefully this can be the next project. It's been my toughest project, but it's probably going to be my most rewarding once it succeeds.
It's so interesting seeing so many different entrepreneurs, and I took away two things. One, how interesting a calling is, because I'm looking at an expert in the pool industry, someone who's paid to go around the world to teach and to play pool, and he stops everything because of this calling.
Yeah.
In the reverse or the inverse, we see it all the time on the show, that because it's a calling, we don't actually use our business sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's so much information available and help available. As you guys know, my three favorite words when I mentor people is ask for help. And this is a classic example of how the show is a great platform for entrepreneurs who have a calling to ask for help from extraordinary people with situational knowledge and relationship capital. So it's just so exciting for me to be a part of this, to see people who have these missions, but also are here in humility and asking for help, and how quickly you can change someone's life and their business.
Well, I agree. You're always a champion of, like, who do you need to know? Like, it's not what you're doing, but who is the next person to connect you with. So I love that. It's a very interesting thing. I think with kids, personalization for their rooms or weddings, I mean, I think it could really take off, but with the right help for sure for the next step.
If there's a way to market that towards children, of like, I want this dope hat or I want this cool shirt, and they can do that and mix that up and he markets it, of course he could do well.
For people watching, I think he's going to inspire a lot of people. And our response to him and the questions and so forth, I think is super inspirational. And then the idea, of course, about plugging this into an AI model changes it completely. And for me, that's what makes this a business.
Ambigram is smooth. That's smooth. I mess with it. It's smooth.
I think the gear is pretty awesome. I really like the fact that you can reverse the names. You know, you flip it upside down and it gives a different meaning. So I hope that they blow up.
Scan that QR code. Go fund yourself. Scan that code. Scan that code.